Welcome to the end of day review for Tuesday, the 26th of December 2023. As usual, starting off with the economic calendar, there was no news events for the day. In fact, the British pound had, I think it's Boxer Day, or something to the effect. Yeah, Boxing Day. So there was no news events for the 26th, which is fine. We can then evaluate our charts and then go accordingly. In terms of the 4-hour, we're still in this confirmed bullish market structure. Last week we did indeed reset our primary leg, which then created this this primary leg rather than this one. And then in terms of actually mapping out that primary leg, because Friday pretty much had the entire move, and coming into Tuesday, because Monday was Christmas, there isn't actually any data for Monday, which means our previous high and low of the day is actually Friday's data. So for that reason, we're anchoring our fib to the previous high and low of the day. Then in terms of coming into this morning, we have this one POI to rely on. You can see it was mitigated, however, it wasn't it didn't actually result in a new POI created, and thus is still valid to trade from. If we look to the left, everything's pretty much efficiently mitigated. There is this unmitigated POI, however it is below the previous high and low of the day, and if price is to come in this area, we can't really do much given that there's no rationale for any secondary legs, and thus in order to then trade, maybe just to illustrate, if price comes down to here, then our options for trading is either we reset this primary leg or we extend that leg. Which then brings me on to how I approached this morning, or the morning for Tuesday. Essentially coming into Frankfurt, we were right around here. However, the Asia range was still intact, and because we're looking for London to create that new current low of the day, we will enter only once liquidity in the leg is swapped. So our options for liquidity in the leg was either this here, the POI itself being swapped, which wouldn't have been ideal, or we create liquidity in the leg to the right. And the reason why I'm saying liquidity in the leg to the right is because you can see we don't body break that, but we do body break this right here, and then we do indeed body break that, which then gives us this liquidity in the leg, because we're essentially forming this pattern. So this becomes the liquidity, and as you can see, price does indeed come into it, sweeps the liquidity. That aligns nicely with this POI, and we cover the low of the day. I gave it some room just because, like, whilst there is liquidity in the leg, it was a bit I think just because of the volumes, the fact that it's, London has no liquidity, no trade volumes coming in, and we have New York to rely on. I thought it would be a good idea, but to be honest, in hindsight, I could probably have a smaller stop loss of maybe 10 odd pips. Yeah, and then given the time of the month, the best option for targeting is probably just a 1, 2, 3. Yeah, but I guess, like I said, you'd probably want to target a 1, 2, 3 and be out by the end of the London cross. However, what you can see is I did target a 1, 2, 3 with this slightly larger stop loss, and that was reached, but quite late in the day, and it's more likely than not I would have probably closed it out by about 9 p.m. Whereas if you went for your 10 pip stop loss, you'd get your 1, 2, 3 before the end of the cross, which would have been far better. However, it doesn't mean it's invalid. It is valid. The ultimate target would have been around here or here for the day. In terms of daily range, I mean, in December we were moving about 90 to 100 pips. However, given the week we are in, it's not smart to expect that. So yeah, got that. And then maybe just touching on what's happening this morning. Obviously, you probably close this trade, but if you left it open, you'd be targeting something, well, likely the swing structure, purely because we actually are pro trend, and there's a good chance that this might be the low of the week. However, given the holidays and whatnot, I don't think it's smart to actually hold on to a trade in this week in particular, but we can monitor it. And then in terms of today, what we can see is we're still within the previous day's high of the day. So Tuesday would be previous low of the day would be this, and previous high of the day would be that. But like I said, there isn't reason to create the secondary leg. We're still within this primary leg, and thus we have to anchor ourselves to the previous day. And in this case, the previous day is within the previous day, and thus it doesn't make sense to take any more entries, at least not until we extend this primary leg. So we can set an alert here, but that's pretty much the end of day, and I guess a rough outlook for Wednesday the 27th. But overall, I've reached the end of my outlook. I hope you enjoyed it and enjoying the holidays, and we'll chat again for today's end of day review, which is Wednesday.